Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Houston Inside Out. I am your host, James J, and today I am joined by one of my favorite people, Jess. You know what? We call you Jess. Do you prefer Jess or Jess? I just thought about that.
Either way. I mean, people are always concerned to call me the right one. I'm just happy if they didn't call me a cuss word, you know? Whichever.
Okay. But Jessica Johns Green, I call you Jess. I think everybody that I know calls you Jess.
Yeah.
But, okay, so you're okay with Jess, because I have people try to call me Jim. And I'm like, don't call me Jim.
No, that's a different name.
My name is James. It's not Jim.
Yeah.
So, Jess, and you have a very interesting background, Jess. So, just to give a brief introduction, Jess is a you do group fitness. You are former CrossFit stuff, which we got to talk about because I'm a huge CrossFit. I love CrossFit. I know we have a different brand, of course, but talk about that. And then I just found out, seriously, probably about a week ago, that you're actually from the UK. Well, and I've known you now for a while. I didn't even know that.
Well, I don't have an accent, I don't think. I mean,
no,
I wasn't born there. I was,
right.
You know, I moved there in my 20s and stayed there until nearly 40. I mean, I moved there in my early 20s and just stayed. So, you know, my kid was born there and my husband is British, dragged him back. But
got it.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the UK, because you were doing, so you were, actually, let's even go back a little bit further. So what kind of got you in? Because you're a huge fitness, I would call you a fitness junkie at this point. Fitness, mental, like a lot of things because I think it all runs together. Fitness, mental health has a lot to do. I mean, it helps all of it. So let's go back. What kind of got you into the fitness portion, I guess, first? Or was there something that got you into it before that, like before fitness?
You know, seriously, no. Like, if you went back to before I moved to the UK, I moved there when I was 22. So if you saw me at 21, I was probably putting on your kind of standard American chub, you know, that kind of you know, where you're one of these girls, you're not really fat, you know, but you're headed that way. You know, working out was a thing that, like, okay, you got your New Year's resolution, you get your gym membership, you get your butt down there for 2 months if you're lucky, and then, you know, whatever. So to be honest, you know, even as a child too, just very unsporty, you know, I mean, actually, as a child, I had very crippling asthma and very crippling, like, food allergies and hay fever. It would keep me out of school. So I really did not like to move my body because I just couldn't breathe. As an adult, I suppose what got me into it, other than just kind of your standard 20-year-old girl kind of like, I'm fat, I got to do something about this, was when I moved to the UK, I had 0 friends. I had no job. I had dropped out of university to move there because I was like not feeling it.
Right.
I'm so responsible, you know, but
it happens. It's not for everybody. It's just not.
Right. No, I went back. I went back in the end, but at the time I was like, yeah. So I was just really bored, and moving down the street from where I moved in, there was a new. They have like gyms that are opened by like the local authority, like the local government. So it was like pretty cheap. So I just started going because I was bored, and it became a habit. You know? And fast forward probably, I don't know, whatever, 10 years after that, I was training to become a personal trainer. But it wasn't until after I had my child and I discovered CrossFit that I would say I really transitioned away from kind of like even caring about weight loss, weight gain. I want to be an athlete.
Right.
You know, this is a passion now.
So now, did you do anything? Did you do any of like the CrossFit events? Have you ever done any of the events with?
I mean, for sure. There's CrossFit events on various levels. You know, so like there's very local ones that, you know, anyone could go to. You don't have to They even have scaled ones so that anyone can take part.
Right.
And then you have bigger ones. So there's quite a lot in CrossFit where you get involved through like an online community. So you might do a lot of qualifiers by filming yourself, submitting it, they tick it off, and then you qualify from there. Okay. So some things on a kind of sort of national level in the UK. So, and I guess the biggest one, I think they call it now the European Championships, but when I did it, it was called something else. But yeah, that was pretty exciting. But you know, by the time I get into CrossFit, I'm like, I don't even know. How old was I? 35 maybe?
Okay.
So 34, 35. So, you know, I'm an older athlete, so it's kicking my butt, but it's fun. It's fun to compete. And I think CrossFit told me that. Like, I think as a child, never being involved in sports, competition feels very like uncomfortable and scared. But being involved in CrossFit and being forced, I mean, I think I was kind of forced into these competition situations when you're CrossFit, you kind of are. And it just sparked something. Yeah. You know?
I mean, the thing about CrossFit period, I mean, it's every workout is almost a mini competition. I mean, it shouldn't, I mean, you just get into it. Like, I've done a CrossFit for a long time as well. And so the nature, once the actual WOD starts and you see, you can't help but to step up when you see kind of what other people, even if you're gonna, because I'm an athlete too. And so when I see somebody else going a little bit harder, that's the beauty of group fitness, period, right? You and I both teach group fitness. We understand the beauty of having a group of people. It pushes you. Yeah. It pushes you. And CrossFit is it's the epitome of it, because you get in there, you put that clock on, and you're pushing yourself, obviously, and you're going to go a little bit harder just because of the clock. But then you go harder just because, especially, or if you're doing maybe a group, like a partner, right? You can't let them down.
Exactly.
So that whole competition thing, if you're doing CrossFit, I mean, you end up, I mean, that's the one of the beautiful things about CrossFit is that you will push yourself, whether you think you will or not. Yeah. When it starts, you're going to end up going a little harder than you probably would if you weren't doing it otherwise with people. So the competition portion of it. So you said you're not. Now, it's funny to me that you say you're not really into competition, but yet you are also a competitive weightlifter. Yeah. So at what point?
Now I am. Back then, I didn't think I was. Now I would happily say, competing makes you better. Yeah, you know, so absolutely. Even people are like, I can't because I suck. No, it makes you better. Do it. So yes, I am a competitive weightlifter.
And when did that start? I'm assuming CrossFit maybe led up to some of this?
Absolutely. Okay. Well, being one of the older, crustier CrossFit people, it's hard on your body. I'm not saying you can't do it. Okay, you can be a 50-year-old, you can be a 60-year-old CrossFitter. You know, you can do it. You got to do it. You got to do it smart, though, is the thing.
For sure.
When you're older, it just takes you longer to recover. So out of CrossFit, I was introduced to Olympic weightlifting. You know, I still have a giant scar on my shin from the first time I ever attempted to snatch an empty bar, and it came crashing down right on me. And I don't know why I thought, oh, I love this. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the challenge of, this is the craziest thing I've ever, you know, thought I could try and do. Right. But the other thing that was appealing was it was a sport that I could actively compete in as an older athlete, still stay healthy. And Olympic weightlifting, I know a lot of people look at it and they think, oh, my shoulder, my back, my knee, it hurts just even looking at it. Right. But, you know, what we know, you and I as, you know, fitness professionals, how you improve is by putting those kinds of stresses on your body makes your body adapt. Yeah. So if you're not someone who can lift your arm overhead right now, great. You're going to work towards that and you're going to get stronger, and really it keeps your body younger. So, you know, it's an exciting thing to go to like a competition even and see people all the way from age like 8 to 80 still taking part in the sport. And that's just wonderful.